The reason for the title is all really to do with what happens when someone says, "What if?" What happens when somebody actually gets an idea? That idea doesn't necessarily have any real need. They could just want to put chilies and ice cream together. But it's important when it comes to looking at improving the way we actually work, the way we actually travel, the way we are dedicated in saving the environment. It's important because when somebody who has an idea that says, we do want to do this, but what if we do it differently? What if we come up with something brand new? It makes a huge difference as well when we're looking at the types of products that Carbon Clean Direct actually provide. Carbon Clean Direct is my company which is introducing hydrogen on demand systems. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about really how this came about. My son, who's 14 years old at the moment, 5 years ago, he asked me for a chemist kit. Now, I didn't really understand how dangerous that could become until I ended up replacing the toilet seat. Believe me, it's a great story. My son got some chemicals from this little kit, and he looked so cute with his little goggles on and his gloves, and he had his little test tube and his little lighter, and he, with me watching on, with my little goggles on and my little gloves on, he said, "Are you ready, Dad?" Go for it, Oliver, go. Let's see what happens. Pouring some chemicals into water is not a good idea. Pouring those chemicals into the toilet is even a worse idea. The point is, it was his way of asking those very important questions. What if? What happens if? If I put myself in a situation that I would like to just try something. About a year later, he came to me and said, "Dad," he says, "I've just been on the internet, and I've found this cool idea. He says, I can actually make hydrogen." And I said, "Make hydrogen? How do you make hydrogen?" Being a completely novice what-if man, it became clear to me again, just 12 short months later, how dangerous what-if can be, but how exciting it can be. We set up a little glass, very similar to this. I just have one of those. With some expensive metals in it. He made me go online, get the most expensive metal he could possibly find, and dip it into this water, connect it to a battery, and what if happened again? It created some hydrogen, it created some oxygen, and then he said, what if we put a balloon over the top of that and collect that hydrogen? That's a cool idea, forgetting completely about Hindenburg. And then once we had a balloon full of hydrogen, we went out in the front garden, and I thought it was going to be a cool idea, not realizing how uncool changing your hairstyle was, standing too close to a balloon with hydrogen in it and a match under it. It became synonymous with Oliver's style of thinking. His style of thinking at the tender age of 11 years old sparked it in me. That's how a lot of things actually work when it comes to creating these new products. Getting to a point where you actually find yourself creating a product, helping other people with your what ifs. Chilies and ice cream. You know, it's actually extremely good. once you get past the fact that your mouth is on fire, that you really, really didn't want to put ice cream with it, but so nice to actually have that sweet taste. How many people have ever had Chili's and ice cream? I have. I thought it was brilliant.